Now that we're looking at the difference between teaching and training and the power of right hemispheric training, this reminds me of my first time going snow skiing. Now you see, I grew up watching a lot of snow skiing on television. I heard friends and family talk about their snow skiing trips, and I grew up water skiing. So I figured, how hard can snow skiing be? So my first opportunity was in high school. It was wintertime, a good snowy day, and I went with some friends who were avid snow skiers. They had spent a lot of years snow skiing. They knew what they were doing. I remember going to the first hill once I had my skis on and looking at this steep incline and thinking to myself, this is a pretty steep hill, but how hard can it be after all? I mean, you're on skis, and I was watching other people do it. Really didn't look that hard. As soon as I started going down the hill, I noticed that my speed picked up rather quickly. This was a double black diamond, which means a very steep slope. And soon, within a matter of seconds, my speed was going so fast, and I could not steer. I found that I had a hard time steering and slowing down and even stopping. And soon my heart was racing, my thoughts were racing, and I thought, what am I going to do? And so I started to do the only thing I could think of, and that was yell for help and shout at the people who were in my way and tell them to get out of my way as fast as possible. And the next thing I knew, two men on snowmobiles with sirens were next to me, screaming at me, telling me to fall down. And basically I thought, well, that doesn't sound like a good plan. Do you know how fast I'm going? But I realized at the bottom of the hill was a fence and a long line of people waiting to go up the hill. So I had no other choice but to lean over, and I fell hard, and I rolled, and there was a big cloud of snow all over the place. And once the snow settled, the ski patrol fellows came up to me and said, you're going to the bunny hill because you can't handle this slope. You need to practice. And this is a really good example of the difference between left hemisphere and right hemispheric training, because my left hemisphere had all the information about skiing. And I thought to myself, because I have all the information, how hard can it be? My right hemisphere, however, had nothing on file because I'd never went skiing before. I needed to practice hands-on, with skis on, with the equipment on the slopes, in the snow. I needed to learn how to ski, how to slow down, how to stop, how to turn. And thankfully, at the bunny hill, I was able to spend several hours practicing those very things, and eventually could catch up and ski with my friends who were well experienced. So I hope that this conveys a little bit about the difference between left and right hemispheric training and the difference between training and teaching.